How in the world can this Dallas Cowboys team have an offense that is Super Bowl worthy? I'm going to talk about that and more in this video. But before I do, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Follow Boss Cowboy Sports on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can follow me, the OC100, on Twitter. Okay, there's been much talk and deliberation about this offense. My comrade, Boss Cowboy Sports, has done extensive research and done many videos about the option, system, why it doesn't work, so on and so forth. And you can check out a lot of those videos below. But I want to get into what would make this offense work. But to understand that, we have to have a pattern of championship caliber football teams to really decipher between the nonsense and what really would make sense for this football team moving forward in terms of offensive concepts and schemes. So let's look at the last 3 Super Bowl champions. Would you say that would be fair? I think that's pretty fair. Let's look at the last 3 Super Bowl champions. Let's dissect them. Let's see just briefly in this video. I won't go too deep. We can do some film on this if you guys want to put film in the comment below and we can get deeper into it. But this is just an overview. This is just a taster, all right? So the last 3 teams to win the Super Bowl, okay, in this order: the Los Angeles Rams, the Tampa Bay Bucks, and the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's explore in brief what made those offenses great. What type of schemes and strategies did those teams lose? Because after all, we are in a quest to win 6. And if we're going to win 6, then we have to recognize and respect history and respect the patterns of the teams that have been successful. Because honestly, guys, the NFL is a copycat league. Everybody comes up with new concepts almost every year, and they work for a couple years until some other genius or other person is smart enough to figure out what you're doing and to get the pieces together to figure out how to stop it. All right. And so we can discuss this and even see it with the Los Angeles Rams. Now, what type of offense does the Los Angeles Rams typically run? Well, they really run a pro-style spread offense with play-action pass, zone blocking, and power running concepts. When the Los Angeles Rams are at their best, they're really running the football and they're operating with creating massive gaps in zone coverages off of play-action pass, and they do pretty good with ISOing their best receiver, Cooper Kupp, when he's healthy, that is, and getting him in space. So it's a pro-style offense that's spread, meaning they'll try to spread you out, but they also have historically, especially in their Super Bowl run, a really good power run game, and they ran zone. They were committed to zone. Similar to the Dallas Cowboys earlier in the season, we were committed to a power run game. We were committed to zone running the football, meaning that everybody's stepping left, everybody's stepping to the right, and off we go. The running back picks a hole. They either bounce it outside, they bang it inside, or they bend the ball back on a cutback because of over pursuit by the defense. So that offensive system was successful because they had a solid offensive line. Note, they did not have an all-world quarterback. Stafford is not an all-world quarterback. He managed the system. He had an overall good year. He made the plays that he needed to make. Proof positive then, you don't have to have an elite quarterback to win Super Bowls. You just need a good quarterback that can complete passes and manage the game appropriately and not lose the game because he's turning the ball over too much. Asterisk. That's a really, really great point, especially all you guys that hate Dak Prescott and think we should trade him, which we cannot against his will because he has a no trade clause. That's another video. Number 2, Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They won the Super Bowl a couple years back. What type of offense did Tom Brady run? Well, they ran a West Coast offense, a timing offense, the type of offense that, by the way, Mike McCarthy spoke about in press conferences earlier this year, and the timing and the decisions being on the quarterback and throwing the ball when receivers are open, and really just intermediate to short routes with taking your deep shots when you got in preferred coverages and one-on-one matchups with your better players. It was a West Coast offense that Tom Brady pretty much ran at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers when they won a Super Bowl. Now, they had the pieces, right? They had Mike Evans, they had Godwin, they had Leonard Fournette, they had another running back, they had a good tight end, right? So they had pieces, they had the talent. And if you're gonna have a West Coast offense, you need to have 3 to 4 targets that can really go and make plays for you in the terms of being at the wide receiver position, all right? And right now, we got a solid 1, which is a CeeDee Lamb, and Michael Gallup is so-so. Hopefully he'll be much better next year, and you can say we have 2 people. But the Dallas Cowboys are still missing a piece or 2 from that wide receiver core in terms of making plays and being able really to put stress on the defense, all right? So, number 3, the Kansas City Chiefs. What style of offense does the Kansas City Chiefs run? Well, they run a pro-style offense with some college concepts. They run a pro-style offense with some college concepts. So they will use college formations. They will use triangle approaches, meaning that they try to get Kelsey one-on-one backside more often than not on any formation to take advantage of his skills and ability from the tight end position. And they pick their shots over the top, and they line up in what some people may think are gimmicky formations, because Reed is the head coach, by the way, head coach and offensive coordinator, Andy Reid. He is very innovative, and he pulls from college concepts, and they look complicated, but really in execution, they're simple. It's just formations to see what the defense is going to do and if they're going to react, and then you run counter plays off of how they're going to react. But it's a pro-style system with some college concepts, which are good for creativity. He's also very committed to having a running game, running the ball inside, trapping, and running the ball outside with sweeps, tosses, and cracks. So those are the top 3 offenses, guys, that have won Super Bowls the last year. These are not option style offenses. And notice, even with Tom Brady, the great Tom Brady, even with Matthew Stafford, these were not teams. Even with Pat Mahomes, when he won the Super Bowl, these were not teams that did not line up, and they did not have a strong commitment to running the football. And they had the pieces to be able to effectively run the football. So that's a page out of the last 3 Super Bowl champions, and something that the Dallas Cowboys should really consider. In my opinion, the best type of football for the Dallas Cowboys would really be what Mike McCarthy says. 1 or 2 of these. West Coast, go pure West Coast. Go all in West Coast offense. Trash the option routes. Or because of Kellen Moore's creativity and he wants to be able to throw in some of his gimmicks and schemes, whether they work or not, then you go West Coast and you sprinkle in some different formations and some college concepts, which Kellen Moore already has done this year. And it looks good, it looks cute. In some cases it's effective, in some cases it's not, but it's a good change of pace, and it keeps the defense honest, and you maybe can build counter plays off of what you did and how they responded or didn't respond to those particular formations. So the Cowboys got to really hone in this offseason on identity and on what type of offense they're really going to run, because they have to make changes, and the offense that they ran this year was good. And people confuse good with great. It was good because it's only 14 teams to make the playoffs. I said this once before. There are 32 teams in the NFL. You got to have a top 4 offense. You got to be good enough to get into the semifinals. You got to get good enough to beat the best teams, the elite teams. You got to build your team for that purpose and function if you're going to be successful and ultimately have a chance to get into and win a Super Bowl. That is the main issue here. So we're not throwing away the regular season, but we understand that a chunk of your regular season games are going to be against mediocre teams that you should beat if you're a good team. You should beat if you're a great team. It's that small upper echelon of teams that really the rubber meets the road in terms of who you are as a team and how far you will go. So let me know your thoughts below in the video. Let me know what you think. Let me know how I did in the video. Follow Boss Cowboy Sports on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can follow me, the OC100, on Twitter. And until next time, see you.